Jailhouse boxing makes you tough, but it ain't professional. You know that, kid. You're a heavyweight now. Heavyweight is a different world than middleweight. I don't want you to embarrass yourself, so look, we're going to start with a couple of low-key fights in Mexico. These guys are durable, and they will be coming to fight.
Everybody, Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and welcome to the Mexico City Plaza here in Mexico City for tonight's main event. 6 rounds of heavyweight action. Boy, and we expect this to be a big night of action. We spoke with both fighters yesterday. Fireworks anticipated here tonight. Let's see. Nice work with the overhand right. That's a good job by Bishop offensively. Landing his combinations is a key to victory tonight. You remember when Andre Bishop was a good, hard-charging middleweight prospect? He was a great combination puncher. That's what he's doing now as a heavyweight here. Well, let's talk about what kind of a fight this could end up being, because as far as we see it, both guys are really committed to the cause here. They want each other.
Hey, look, the old times would say these guys are harder to miss than they are to hit.
He is damaged badly there. Big, big shot comes crashing home. Antonio Chavez is down. He took a combination that he couldn't survive. And somehow, some way, he's going to continue on here.
And if he's going to stay in this fight, now he's got to avoid his opponent like the Black Plague.
That right hand is becoming a crutch. He can just lean on it now. Nice work to the midsection with the left. And yet another big shot comes in. He is not meant for life on the outside there, and he just paid the price. He goes down.
Because he didn't make his mind up. If you're not going to work out in front, get to a distance where you're safe. He stood there at a bad distance. No man's land.
By way of knockout, your winner, Bishop.
Brian Kenny back here on Friday Night Fights. Big pay-per-view this past weekend. Isaac Frost defending his heavyweight title again, stopping Reggie Stewart in 2 rounds for his 14th successful title defense. Promoter D.L. McQueen has begun touting Frost as one of, if not the greatest champions of all time. That seems a bit premature, but there's no arguing with Frost's record. Undefeated, all his wins coming by knockout. Quite a feat. In other news, can former middleweight contender Andre Bishop make a comeback after spending more than 5 years in prison? And can he do it as a heavyweight? It's one of the more fascinating stories in sports. We'll, of course, have the latest for you here on Friday Night Fights.
Heavyweight action headlining our fight card here at the Mexico City Plaza in the heart of Mexico City. Good evening, everybody. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas. What a curious path it's been in the career of Andre Bishop, the former middleweight prospect, now fighting his second fight as a heavyweight. He will do so tonight against Raul Castillo. Good work on the combination by Andre Bishop. Is there any advice that you can give in a matchup like this of speed versus speed, where maybe one guy can go and utilize? That was a big, big shot he just scored with. Teddy, he goes down, and he was on the outside where he doesn't like to be.
Where he shouldn't be, and he paid a price. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Castillo's climb back up from the canvas may inspire him. You remember when Andre Bishop was a good, hard-charging middleweight prospect? Look at that! And once again, he goes down. The question is, can he rise up again? soap opera it's been for Andre Bishop, and now you can write a new chapter. His second win as a heavyweight. He knocks out Raul Castillo here in Mexico City.
Mexico City was a big success. People are talking about Andre Bishop again. Welcome back.
It feels good to be back. Thanks, Megan, for everything.
I know Franco and my father set you up. I can't prove it, but I know it. You wouldn't do something like that. I know what kind of man you are. And I know what kind of man my father is.
You know, it doesn't even matter anymore. I did the time.
It matters to me, Andre.
So what now?
We gotta get you cleaned up.
Well, will you look at this, huh? You don't look like a bum no more.
Thanks, Gus.
Hey, thank me later. Let's get to work. Come on. Come on. Nice work, Megan.
You too, Gus.
This is a big step up, kid. This next guy is a legit top 20 heavyweight. Now, people still think that you can't hang with the big guys. They think that you're just a blown-up middleweight. Well, I say, fuck them. People say that I'm just maybe a crazy old man. And if you think about it, maybe they're right. Maybe I am just a crazy old man. But you know something? It isn't what people think, Andre. In boxing, it's about what you know. What you know in your gut. What you know in your heart. And I know in my heart, you got what it takes. And I know in your heart, you know you got what it takes. You come right down to it, all that matters is heart.
Well, this could be a major hurdle to overcome for Andre Bishop. Look at this replay. I believe this is where he hurts that right hand.
All right, kid, how you doing?
My right hand's bro.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah.
What do you want to do?
Use my left.
It's all about heart, kid. It's all about heart. And a good stiff left jab.
Here's what you should be looking for here at the start of round number 2. How much is Andre Bishop using that right hand? Because it appeared that he severely injured it, if not broke it there in that first round.
Well, one of the things he has to do, Joe, is make sure that nobody other than us knows that he hurt that hand. He's got to go out there and not show his opponent that that's bothering him. Use the left hand, maybe every once in a while fake like you're going to throw the right hand so your opponent doesn't know, doesn't take advantage of that fact.
And just look at Andre Bishop now. He's throwing many left hands, very few right hands, and that gives us some confirmation that that right hand was indeed injured in that first round. Brings the hook that time. A well-placed left hand up top. When you're the smaller man, sometimes you need to be the smarter man, and that's the case with Andre Bishop landing that jab. The other day when we were talking to Andre Bishop, he said to have success in this fight, I have to land combinations. He landed a good one there. Punches and bunches, combination up top. A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Good flush shot by Andre Bishop. Solid left hand to the head. Both guys have a lot to be proud of with their performances in this round so far, and they still want to give more. What an encore in this final minute.
If you were a kid, you would feel that you're on one of those rides at Space Mountain. I mean, it's just extraordinary.
I like the angle that Andre Bishop just gave us right there. His opponent didn't like the result. He just ate an uppercut. Good work toe-to-toe there. Both fighters got in on him. Nice, good, quick jabs by Andre Bishop. He took a shot, but he came back with a right hand of his own. Little head hunting with the left. Back underway here to live fight action. Tough fight to score. Very, very even, closely contested bout throughout. Bishop's giving his opponent headaches here now. He's throwing punches, but he's able to block them away. He gets off with a combination up top. Looks to the head. And look at how well Bishop is scoring with that left. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Andre Bishop. Andre Bishop's got that one gift that we have seen win time and time again, and that is pure speed. He's got it every which way.
Yeah, he's putting those punches together. There's one way that you have to combat speed, and that's not trying to match it, and that's controlling distance and using timing. That's what his opponent needs to do now.
This is what Andre Bishop talked to us about. He said if I could target any one punch, it's going to be that big hook. Well, hit the target that time. Right back to it to the head. And now he's targeting upstairs. He scores with the jab there.
You know, Joe, a lot of times you think about a jab being used by an outside guy, but to get inside, you need a cover. And there, right there, was the cover.
Combination to the head. That's a huge left he just scored with. He's jumped. There it is! Oh, he doesn't look good. He just went down, and not the way he wanted it to go.
No, he's standing on the outside, Joe. He shouldn't be standing there. The old-timers would say, take a walk around the block.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Down he goes, but he's going to continue on, beating the count. And now another left. I think this is the moment where Gus Carisi gives him the green light and says, hey, you got him right where you want him. I mean, Bishop got to his opponent.
Not an experienced guy like Gus. He'll tell him, stay after him. You got him a little bit hurt. Keep pushing him downhill a little bit. But he'll tell him, do it the right way. Don't get careless.
This is just beautiful to watch. Watch how he just links one to the next, Teddy. A beautiful sequence, almost like musical notes being played.
Well, exactly. It's a nice tune because it just follows. One, as you said, follows the other. Nice and smooth.
Well, this is what pro fighters have to do. Find a way to fight through the pain. But if I'm Gus Carisi in that corner of Andre Bishop, I tell him to abandon the right hand and go out there and win it with your left. A double jab by Andre Bishop. Nice strike after catching one by Andre Bishop. There's another left hand from him. Targeting that head with the combination punching. Good, smart, tactical move here, backing up his opponent against the ropes. Bishop's putting forth a little boom, 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 a three-punch combination score. Johnson's able to land a good, solid left hand. Good flush shot upstairs. Committing to the work downstairs with the left. trying to erode away that body with the combination punching. That is a strong uppercut there. Solid right hand lands from Meldrick Johnson. Johnson's doing exactly what he's always done stylistically, Teddy. Now, he was knocked down earlier, so what he always does got him in this position.
Yeah, he understands his identity. He understands that, you know, he's going to win or lose the man that he is, the fighter that he is. He just has to make sure that he makes a few adaptations.
Teddy, I'll tell you what I like out of that round from Andre Bishop. It's a building block. He has a lot to look forward to the rest of this fight now.
Yeah, it's confidence. It gives him a little momentum, and it also shows you his amateur background. I mean, he showed you that he can do things inside and outside. Hundreds of amateur fights will teach you that.
That is exactly what the corner wanted to see. A good combination punch by Andre Bishop. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. A target on his head, and he places the hook right on it. Bishop's the kind of boxer that wants to do just that. Find the target, get the combination working, land both punches. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Lands flush with the two-punch combo by Andre Bishop. Fires off that hook. Andre Bishop has always had a knack for that. I love the way Andre will look for that uppercut and then deliver it. Johnson's learning a lesson here that you don't want to learn, and that is no head movement means you're going to take shots to the head.
Well, Customato used to tell me, if you don't move your head, guess what? The other guy will move it for you. Right now, the other guy is moving his head for him.
Painfully so. Andre Bishop's so dangerous with that accuracy, a two-punch combination landing. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Andre Bishop.
Just like that. Just like that.
Good combination to the body. Boy, that'll put a smile on a trainer's face, landing a flush, strong hook by Johnson.
Get in there.
Good job with another left hand.
Good.
Meldrick Johnson's hurt by a superb hook to the head. That was a good round for Andre Bishop. He just went out there and controlled everything.
And he did it fundamentally, too. He used the jab. He set up the body attack. He did it like a good, solid fighter.
Bishop's not skipping a beat. He came out just the way he finished up last round.
Yeah, what I like is that he's a thinking man's fighter, and his corner gave him probably good advice. They know that the opponent only had 60 seconds to recover, and they're figuring it wasn't enough time.
Johnson's once again the target of a hook. Johnson's got those earmuffs on, and he's got his hands tight against his body. But Teddy, still, some things are getting through.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like driving a car, Joe, you know, and the weather's a little bad, and you say, I want to be safe here, I'm going to stop the car. You don't stop and park the car in the middle of the highway where cars are coming. I mean, he stopped right there in the middle of the highway. Cars are coming. You know, pull off somewhere. You know, get the heck out of there. Find the right parking spot.
Double jab right to the face. Oh, you see him with the left to the head there? Little head knocking with that right hand. Great hook to the head that time. Here's one for you now, he says. Right back with the left hand. Oh, good exchange there. That's a good left hand by Andre Bishop. Bishop's doing well here with that two-punch combination. He's committed to that left hand, and it's working out. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by Meldrick Johnson. Andre Bishop is damaging himself every time he throws that right hand. He is in serious pain. It has been a very consistent night by Andre Bishop. He has built up a lead on the scorecards, and nothing but good praise coming from trainer Gus Carisi.
And he has such a cushion. Don't be shocked. It happens in this business, believe me. If his trainer doesn't tell him, you know what, work with him a little bit. Don't get careless, but work on things. Carry him a little bit. Get some rounds.
Comes across with a hook up top. Johnson's putting his punches together now. That's a nice combination. And he just turns that hook up top, and it does damage. Able to land the hook to the head. Bishop's opponent is saying to himself, I can't believe this. Every time this guy throws, it seems like he lands. He's very judicious with his work.
Yeah, and that's not by accident. You know, that's his temperament. He has that kind of temperament. If you went out with the guy, you talk to the guy, you know, he thinks before he says things. He doesn't just, you know, let his mouth go. He doesn't just let his hands go. He lets them go when he thinks he should.
That's a forceful two-punch combo by Andre Bishop. Bishop's jab lands well. He comes back with the left hand again. Good biting, snapping shot by Andre Bishop. You can see him timing that double jab to the head. Oh, that's good stuff. Firing right back with one of his own. Good work by Meldrick Johnson. Targeting the uppercut, and it worked. He's committed to the combination punching now. It's working out well up top. Andre Bishop, he's been working hard on that jab, has Bishop, and here he's putting it to good use. A big hook to the head by Andre Bishop. Carisi stresses to Andre Bishop to control every second of the 3 minutes of a round. He did so in that last round.
Yeah, and the way he did it was by controlling range. He's very good at making sure he's the master of distance.
And now a well-placed hook to the head. Bishop's picking up right where he left off. Remember how he finished that last round?
Yeah, he really finished strong, really fast. And you know what? This is a thinking man's fight. I know a lot of people are going to say Teddy's just an aggressive fighter. No, he understands, and his corner understands that his opponent only has 60 seconds to recover, and they're jumping on him, figuring that the opponent hasn't recovered.
And there's the left hand working well for him again. Scored well up top. Here we are in the later stages of this fight, and he still has a hop in his step.
Well, this is his territory. This is a guy that has good endurance. This is a guy who's a slow starter, comes on late. He's feeling pretty good right now where he is.
Quick snapping hook, and it does damage. Nice work, the left hand to the head. Good combination to the head. A clean, big hook to the head by Andre Bishop. I like the way he went up top that time with the hook. Oh, that's a big hook right there. Well-targeted two-punch combo by Andre Bishop. To the head he goes with a left hand. Scores big with the hook to the head. You see how effective, you see how much you can control the fight with a jab. That was well done by Andre Bishop. Headshot lands, was a hook. Very accurate work with the hook there after fine defense. Completely one-sided fight, at least that's the way we saw it.
Yeah, I mean, if you saw it any other way, you'd have to put a warning out the next time these judges judge a fight, kind of like on a pack of cigarettes. You know, this could be hazardous to your health. I mean, these guys could be hazardous to your career if they scored any other way.
Here's the official decision.
Think of Andre Bishop as a challenger?
I think you're an idiot for asking me that question. You get paid to do this? It's your first show? Challenge. I think it'll be a challenge not to kill Andre Bishop. Little Andre can't even throw a punch without breaking his hand.
Those were Isaac Frost's words just a few short months ago after Andre Bishop apparently hurt his hand in a fight right here on ESPN. After only taking a short break to let the hand mend, Andre Bishop back in action tonight against heavyweight contender Reggie Stewart. Many are interested to see if the injury will have lingering effects on Bishop in what should be a very entertaining heavyweight matchup. Let's go back ringside to Joe and Teddy.
Boardwalk Hall here in Atlantic City, the next stop for the heavyweight career of one Andre Bishop.
How's it feel?
Feels good. Feels real good.
Good. Because you gotta knock this guy out with him. It's time to show the world that Andre Bishop is as good as new.
Bishop's ring walks have been known as circus spectacular, but yet, with all that, to him, it's a moment of... Round number 1 is now underway. All the talk is done. It is simply time to fight. I hope Reggie Stewart didn't think Andre Bishop wasn't going to throw that right hand. He has no qualms about letting it go. Very nice work to the head. The right hand landed. Bishop's left now getting into the mix. Good solid hook lands by Andre Bishop. Oh, he took some damage, but he gave some back with the right hand. An accurate left by Stewart. And now targeting his opponent with the overhand right. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. He's had so much success throughout his career as Andre Bishop, and the right hand's been a big part of it. That's a good job by Bishop offensively. Landing his combinations is a key to victory tonight.
Teddy, talk to me about this matchup from a defensive side of the game when you have two speedy fighters matching up.
Well, you know what? I'm going to whisper in my guy's ear a little bit. I'm going to say, you know what? Use his speed against him. Step out a little bit. Let him shadow box a little bit. There's nobody there. And when he misses, step right back in. Make him pay.
What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Andre Bishop. And now he's targeting upstairs. Oh, and there he lands the right hand. Oh, and there you go. Oh, this is going to be close. He may be able to survive the round, but he has gone down now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Now that's impressive. All week long, everybody was talking about the injury to the right hand of Andre Bishop. He just knocked out Reggie Stewart with that right hand.
Isaac, which Bishop brother hits harder?
Which Bishop brother hits harder? That's your question? I get these people. Well, neither one of them can punch like me. I can guarantee you that. But between the two of them, well, I'd say little Andre hits harder. I mean, the jailbird's washed up now. He was a genuine contender. But the big baby, well, the big baby has always been a pretender.
the heavyweight career of Andre Bishop tries to move forward tonight. Good evening, I'm Joe Tessitore alongside my broadcast partner Teddy Atlas, coming to you from the Thomas and Mack Center, where tonight the unbeaten Andre Bishop will face the veteran. That's a big striking blow to the head by Cooper, and a cut has opened up over Andre Bishop's right eye.
In a way, it's a little bit of a warning, Joe, of things to come. Now you have to be a little bit more cautious, a little more alert.
Bishop able to land solidly against Cooper. And now we see that cut, and that's become a very inviting target.
He has to make sure that he doesn't only see that cut, though, because he might get a little over-anxious, get a little heavy only on that side.
Well, a lot of people were looking forward to this fight, and with very good reason. When you pit these two guys together, it should be a very good fight.
You don't have to look for either one of them. They are right there to be found, and our fans love that.
Cooper trying to get away from Bishop's attack. He got all into that one. That was a solid uppercut.
Teddy, what role can the fans play on the fighters, the atmosphere of the arena, when they know there's two guys meeting up that can bang?
An immature fighter, a less experienced fighter, can get caught up. He can try to satisfy the audience. That's a quick way to be going to the shower earlier than you wanted to.
Now that looks like a middleweight fighting a heavyweight there. Look at the hand speed from Bishop.
And that's exactly the advantage he was going to need coming into this fight to beat the bigger man.
Able to cover up along the belt line, blocks that one. That's nice work by Bishop there, landing the left hand. That's it. Good flush shot upstairs. The other day when we were talking to Andre Bishop, he said to have success in this fight, I have to land combinations. He landed a good one there. Look at the blood starting to flow now from the right eye of Andre Bishop. That's a bad cut.
Well, the corner has to do their job. They have to get the medicines in there. They have to put pressure on. But they also have to remind their fighter, okay, give us a chance for this medicine to work. When you go out there, don't go after him. Move around a little bit, play defense. Give what we did a chance to work.
Bishop's not skipping a beat. He came out just the way he finished up last round.
Yeah, what I like is that he's a thinking man's fighter, and his corner gave him probably good advice. They know that the opponent only had 60 seconds to recover, and they're figuring it wasn't enough time.
A little head hunting with the right. Cooper's on the wrong end of a razor-sharp hook.
Stay away
Great
from
combination
those. Come on.
from Bishop. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Andre Bishop. And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Staying away from those head shots with his defense up top. That was a nice hook that landed that time by Andre Bishop. It's one thing for the corner of Andre Bishop to tend to that cut between rounds, but Bishop himself has to protect it, and he's doing a good job of blocking punches that are targeting it from Cooper. There's Cooper putting out that jab. You can see the trouble that Bishop has had with it. You remember when Andre Bishop was a good, hard-charging middleweight prospect? He was a great combination puncher. That's what he's doing now as a heavyweight here. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Andre Bishop. We come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that and say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down, blue or red corner, what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
Bishop snapping that jab. Now he's putting his punches together. The combination upstairs. Big shot, the right. Solid. Cooper's on the floor and in a bad spot. Hard to prepare for a situation like this, but many do. He's been down, now he's got to survive. Wow! Oh, and he goes down again. The question is, can he rise up and continue on? White Cooper probably thought he had everything going his way early, but it is Andre Bishop standing tall with a knockout victory.
DL has agreed to a fight between you and Kobe Nichols. If we beat Nichols, we'll be in the top 10.
What are the conditions?
He says there aren't any.
There's always conditions with DL.
I'm sure we'll find out what they are. But we really need this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City for our heavyweight main event. Top 10 ranked Kobe Nichols against Andre Bishop, the comeback kid. Teddy Nichols, number 8 in the world, a legitimate heavyweight contender trying to land himself a world championship. Andre Bishop, a former middleweight who went away due to legal problems and now comes back as a contending hopeful in the heavyweight division.
Well, it won't be the first time a smaller guy beat a bigger guy if Bishop wins this fight. You go back in the history of this sport, many smaller guys have moved up in weight and been successful. Bishop wants to be added to that list.
Well, we've been waiting all week to call this one. Teddy, what kind of fight are you expecting?
Well, the kind of guys that they get insulted if you miss them, Joe.
See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. How do you define consistency when you describe the fact that among this matchup you're looking for guys to be more consistent? Which guy's going to be more consistent? How do you define it?
Just in one area. When they get inside, for example, Joe, every once in a while somebody takes a little bit of a break. Yeah, there's working, but all of a sudden one guy's arm goes behind the other guy. I'm looking to see who keeps both hands free.
Bishop's hitting the mark right now. How precise was he there with that three-punch combo? A headshot blocked.
Finish with the hook.
A solid uppercut by Andre Bishop. You remember when Andre Bishop was a good, hard-charging middleweight prospect? He was a great combination puncher. That's what he's doing now as a heavyweight here. Andre Bishop's able to land a nice, clean left hand. Commits to the straight right. And now he's targeting upstairs. That's a good job by Bishop offensively. Landing his combinations is a key to victory tonight. Andre Bishop and his cornerman Gus are just disgusted by that. That seemed like a legal body shot, but yet the ref is deducting a point for a low blow.
Unload.
Those shots weren't low, Gus.
I know, kid, I know. McQueen's got this referee in his pocket.
That's his condition for giving me this fight. I lose. No, ain't gonna happen.
That's right, kid. You're gonna wear this guy out, okay? Keep moving. Keep that jab in his face. Counter upstairs when he opens up the punch. Do not go to the body. Upstairs, you got it?
I got it. Stay upstairs.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. Snaps that jab out. Bishop's landing a combination here. That's what he does when he's at his very best. Nichols' defense, is it ever good? Look at how he... Oh, that's a big shot there. Early on here in the round, and he's already down. And he doesn't look good at all.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Down he goes, now up he gets.
And if he wants to stay up, he's going to have to grab on, kill a little time.
Oh, a big shot comes home for him. Perfectly executed combination. Nichols is down. He's going to have to beat the count. Thanks to some poor refereeing, Andre Bishop strayed away from the body shots. Still, he was able to earn the knockout victory against Toby Nichols.
Andre, I know you don't want to fight your brother, but I remind you, this meeting was not my idea. It was Raymond's.
I need this fight, Dre. The public has doubts about who deserves the fight for the title, me or you.
You stole your brother's thunder, Andre.
Man, I didn't steal anything.
It's not about that. I've been Big Baby Bishop ever since you won the gold medal. I never had a chance to be anything else. Never even had a chance to be my own man.
Sorry, Raymond. I didn't mean to...
As my brother, you owe me the chance to prove myself.